And welcome back to Prodigal, the walkthrough. In our last episode, we did the tidal mines, and in today's episode, we are going to do the Alchemist Lair, or the Fountain Waterways, or whatever you want to call it. So let's go over to the fountain, eh? There's a dark, dry mount. It looks like there's spiders. Will you put your hand inside it? Yes. And once you do, the fountain will spew water, and the door will open. I'm surprised that no one has actually ever tried that in this town. Ooh. Ooh, ooh. As you can see, there's another room with another teleport statue. Ooh. And now we are getting into this. So this, we can't really do anything about it. We can't move our gap. However, these orbs, they can move them. And they will change color. And if you keep hitting them, it'll explode. That's just something to keep in mind, right? Oh, watch out for the bat. And watch out for the spikes. Because they will hurt you. Simply use these things to grab yourself. Huh. As you can see, there's a chest over there. However, we can't reach it right now. There's something over there, as you can see. There's really nothing we can do about that right now, either. So really the only thing we can do is go over here. As you can see, there's a way up there that we can't really reach right now. That is the same place that we went from the other side. So really there's only one way to go, and that's up here. Now I wonder if I remember the secret room in this place. So these things don't seem to be able to die. We can knock them into a pit. That's probably the best way to kill them. What's up here again? Oh right, there's a room. However, there's a chest right here. Rust knuckle. Big boulders don't stand a chance against you more. This is what we needed to knock aside boulders. So they can move up here. This room will become important a little bit later. However, for now, just know that you can destroy these big rocks now. And we can knock these things around as well. Now, of course, there's something on the other side there. However, we can't really reach it right now. We'll come back to this room way later. However, right now, we can also make the crabs vulnerable. Before, we couldn't really hit them at all. Right now, we can. And also, something that the game wants to teach you about is if you knock these blocks with the pick, it only moves one block. And if you punch them, it moves a couple blocks. And something else the game wants to teach you is if you hit these wooden barrels, then you'll destroy them. So right now, we want to knock this thing across the gap and make it explode. And as you can see, we can now knock this one either into the pit, or we can knock it across onto the switch. And once the switch is pressed, we can actually gain access to this chest, which is another earth pouch that I think we already have like a couple of. I think we have 2 or 3. And 2, okay. And now we can actually move on to the next room by simply punching up this boulder, this block. What, I don't know why I say boulder. However, right now there's a room with some switches, and we need to press them all, either with barrels or some other way. So let's go simply, very simply across the room and see what we can do to press every switch. That's very easy, right? Just knock some barrels onto the switches, and eventually you can step on this last switch, or you can, you know, pull a barrel towards yourself do it that way. Actually, you cannot. I guess you can only stand on that. Stand on that one. Wonder if I remember everything. Ooh, there's something down there. Can't really move on there either. So what we want to do is press that switch over there. So simply punch it. Because if we would did it with the pickaxe, it would only really move one block. Okay. Good. There we go. Over here. Go down. Ooh, and now we have a very difficult puzzle. We first need to destroy that one. We really don't have any other choice but to destroy these things. So we can move towards this thing. I think that's pretty easy, right? And actually we have the boss already here. Ever since things dried up, my view has gotten so bad. It made me so depressed I can't bring myself to open. If only there were someone who could get to my left and open the waterway. Huh. So basically he's telling us what we need to do in order to open up everything so that he will open up his door and we can face the boss. Now honestly, as you can see, it's a very short dungeon, but there's multiple ways to go once we've solved the puzzle in this room. So as you can see, there's 2 blue orbs, so you have 2 chances to do this. These blocks are breakable. And of course you see these iron things that we can't really do anything about. The only thing we can really do about them is have them explode. So we'll actually have to do just that. What I did is punch it to the right once and use it with the pickaxe. And then punch it up. And you just hit it one last time. And then it will explode. Oh, yeah. I was about to say, what do I do here? I don't really remember. I think the fastest way for us to do this is just do it like that. That there is a barrel that we can always have pressed on the button. And now this platform is lowered. By the way, you will learn this soon enough. Those pressure plates, they will have 2 colors. It's either white or green. Usually when there's a white pressure plate, that means you need to have a barrel like I had on it. Because as soon as you step off it, it will no longer work. I can actually show you, I think. Let's just go over there. Now let's break this block. So as soon as I step off it, it'll no longer work. The same thing is actually true for the green ones. The difference with the green ones is you need to have them all pressed at the same time. I think we already encountered a room like that before. So that's the main reason for the 2 different colors. However, now, as you can see, now that we've unlocked the previous puzzle in the previous room, we actually have water everywhere. And now we can go and defeat the boss, or we can backtrack a little bit, because there are things that we haven't really fully explored. For example, in this room, there were some things that we couldn't really do. So actually what we need to do is form a bridge. So basically what you need to do is start systematically forming a bridge. Oh, that's not what I meant to do. There you go, now we have a bridge to the other side. Now we can knock up this block. As for this one, probably this, and then that. There we go. Another lumen beetle. So as you see, there's now multiple ways to solve every puzzle now that we have the rusty knuckle. I was trying to think about the name. And another hardware. So something you also want to learn is that you can pull yourself towards these things. So these things, these turtles, you can't really do anything against them. Like the pickaxe does nothing. This is, by the way, a charge move. I didn't know we actually had a charge move very early on with the starting pickaxe. I know that, you know, you get other pickaxes, of course, that increase your damage. But it's just like basically different swords for Legend of Zelda. Like you get the starting sword, and you get the Master Sword, and sometimes you get an upgraded Master Sword, and sometimes you fall into the water, and sometimes you run into a bat, and sometimes you almost die, which is very good for a guide. You know, it's like, just show how good you are, sir, at this game. You know, you just basically die without any reason. But we need to go back to this room. And actually, I could show you what happens when you die. Pretty soon. However, what we want is to form a bridge again. And we want these wooden barrels in the water. So if we knock a red rock into the water, nothing happens. But the wooden barrels are a different story. Oh. So very easily, just pull themselves towards you and knock them down. Same roughly goes for this one. However, one for this one. Nope, that's not what we want. We want to pull it slightly towards there. Now we can move it down. All the way down. Well, you could have just knocked it down and then pulled it towards yourself like this. And then it's like from here. And then just reset. And then knock it that way. That is also something you could have done. Yeah. So basically, to show you, what you could have done is knock to yourself, and you know, pull it towards yourself, and then knock it that way, like that. For this one, I just knock it down. There you go. And then for this last one, very simply, do it like this. There you go. That's another way to form the bridge. Like I said, multiple ways to form a bridge. As you can see, we somehow got a heart. Oh, we got a piece of heart, which apparently restored our health, which I actually didn't even know. So there you go. Something new learned. That apparently piece of a heart give you an extra health notch. There is something, however, which happens if you die, which you might want to show off, seeing as we really only have the dungeon left to do, well, the boss left to do. So as you see, I've run out of health. Well, what happens now? Or now you okay? Keep struggling. Keep in mind have something. Well, maybe Oakley. Maybe she's kind of scary, but you should could see them. Maybe be more careful next time, okay? Yep. And now we've died. As you can see, now we are back here. But yeah, that's basically what happens when you die. You come back in the church, where Lynn will resuscitate you and heal you of your every wound. And now, we can go face the boss. Or, you know, that's what I would like you to believe, but there's actually one more thing that we can do right now. I have not shown you yet where the secret room is in this dungeon. Actually, I also haven't done this room. No, I have done this room, have I? Yes, I did. That's... Did I? Yes, I did. I did that room. That's what I did first, but the secret wall is right over here. Herb pouch. Should give this to the herbalist. Man, there's a lot of herb pouches in here. Another coin, and it's cleaned out. So that's a mess. I don't know where to start. Got his dishes. That's fire, full of strange tools. That's wood. Let's read. An old journal. Will you read? Yes. During extensive exposures to more cautious mixtures, the blade began to give out a sort of sweat. Or shall I compare it to blood? Regardless, a black, vicious liquid began to bleed out and drip from the metal. I find this discovery quite haunting. Already this job is stealing restful sleep from me. Following this discovery, I will be abandoning my post. I'll leave my notes with him. Read and protect you, Sir Van. I'm not strong enough to follow you on this path. Old journal, you read it? I was brought to this backwater by Sir Richard Van. First I thought him a madman with wealth when I heard his tale. However, the few moments I have had alone with the blade, I felt it, the tendril claws of the mind. Regardless, my purpose is to destroy it. I fear that it is more difficult than I initially imagined. The weapon is certainly not of this world. So as you can see, the Van had, or Sir Richard Van, had someone take a look at the blade in the hopes of destroying it. Yeah, for now though. Wow, look at the view. Thanks for turning the water back on. Really, that's your view? Like, and welcome to the next boss battle. A rat or a mouse in a ball. So what our current goal is to hit this thing into the spikes. Until it eventually, like the other orbs, explodes. Yeah, we want them to get them into the middle as much as we possibly can, and simply avoid whatever bullets he gives us. Which I don't think I actually got hit, which is very, very, very fortunate actually. Because normally I could get hit all the time in this battle, and you know. Oh, something there. Well, let's go get it, shall we? Miasmic extract. I don't know what it is or what it does. I'm sure both of our knows. You know, we just read about an extract from a specific blade that was like blood. And now I get a miasmic extract? Bolivar, what are you doing? Deep in the vault cuisine are broken pieces of another blade. During it's not stealing, the blade was not there to begin with. Good luck getting there. We also, however, if you remember, we got 400 gold that we stole from our family. Will you pay our debts? What's all this? I thought this would pay all you took from your left? Oh heck, I can't believe it. You really did go and grow up. Your folks would be so proud. We all knew you could be great. We'll have to see you getting out of your own way. Alright. With that, we've repaid our debt. So, with that, we can actually go back. However, there's something else that I want to kind of cover right now. So, as you know, there are a couple things that we can cover right now. Before, when we got the Lariat, you can come over here to River's house and read this book. Would you like to make an appointment? Yes. Alright. So, after you get the Lariat, I suggest coming here. And this is basically a fishing minigame. So you have to wait until fish spawn, and then you can catch them with the Lariat. There are 4 types of fish. There's the green one, which gives 1 point. There are red ones that give 5 points. The white ones, which give 10 points. And there's the black one, who gives -5. Thank you, game, for actually showing my points. And not having to wait very long. So after you get the lariat, I actually suggest coming here every now and then and fishing like 100 fish. So, what this does, it gives you a reward at Keaton's place for fishing 500 gold. A very good reward, actually. I am not gonna waste my time fishing 500 fish on the recording. You can do that in your off time. While you're here, time also doesn't progress forward, as you can see. So I'll come here off screen. There is also a very special reward, a very tedious reward for fishing 999 fish. However, we are not doing that anytime soon. But what I suggest is, once you have the lariat from the tidal mines, basically go there after every dungeon and fish like 100 to 150 gold a fish. And then eventually you'll have enough fish for the first reward. And then eventually, you'll actually have enough fish for the last reward as well. I do not suggest, sitting there for hours and fishing every fish you can come across. So we are day 6. Right now, we need to go Crocosina's Vault. And broken slot machines might be worth investigating, eh? Yeah, that is where we need to go next. We are actually making a decent way through the dungeons. However, we do have some other things to do. I'll be doing before the episode ends. Because we have 2 places to go back to, which I actually might make a separate episode depending on. But right now, I'm going to keep recording. Because we have the increased fatality. So if you remember, in this dungeon, when we first came here, where we got the pickaxe, there was a room further beyond. A room that we really couldn't do anything with. However, we can do things with it right now. As you can see, over here, there's a rat rock and a white switch. We already know that the white switch needs to be always pressed. So we can simply push the rat rock onto it and head down. Now, this is probably where you'll learn that you can grab the turtles if you're facing the right way in order to cross gaps like you do. Like I did right now. And once you've done that, you get another coin, which is very important for me because I need to write all those coins down. And yeah, you can just move past the rock with the lariat, as long as there's a telepoint on the other side. And that is actually all we need to do right here. However, there is some more things to do in the boneyard. However, we'll do that next time, because it involves something particular that we need to get. So, next time, we will go back to the boneyard in order to get something very special that will lead us to a very special upgrade that we are going to get before we go into the casino vault or into the casino dungeons. So, I hope you enjoyed this episode, and until next time, we will see you back then. Goodbye.